Hello! Just gotta turn off the
A
lo-fi.
lot of letters.
Apparently Vegeta is in pain.
Oh, that's not good.
I imagine pain is very rarely good.
I mean, dep- depends on who you ask.
We're not getting into this. Hold on, I have to open the ending guide. Again. God, I wonder if we're gonna be able to get all of the endings done before you have, before you go away forever because of work. That's how that works, right?
Yeah, something like that.
No, shit, I opened it in Google Chrome. I wanted to open it in fucking in Microsoft Edge.
I can't believe you have to do that all. You have to do this shit all over again.
It's okay.
I guess I'd be. I don't know. I just like this is probably the part that I dislike the most.
That's understandable. I don't know, I remember where I have to be though, so it's not like it's not the worst situation.
Right.
It is just a little inconvenient, but like I can work with it.
他のアンドロイドに汚染を広げないようにしないと。もっとアンドロイドの反応が少ない地点を。
Keep it from spreading to under androids, she says, is literally like her and 9S are probably the only androids unaffected that she cares about anyways.
Right.
So just because I know which direction I'm supposed to head, like where I'm supposed to be heading for, but just brief reminder in terms of my routing. Okay. I think I get it. Hello, little robot men. I don't like the distortion effect though. Like I get why it's there, but like I don't know, it bothers my eyes.
Yeah.
Onward! Onward! Also, have you gotten to put any thought into the thingy I had asked about?
Mm, not recently. I was because I had work today. So
Why wouldn't it wouldn't let me use recovery? Oh my god, we're gonna be stuck here, aren't we? This is gonna be the rest of our lives. It's just this one area.
that would suck.
It would. It just seems like there's no real reason for it to start us all the way over here. Each time.
Right. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense because, like, you know, how even if you save, it pushes you back. Well, there's nothing for you to save to.
Yeah.
It's not like you can go back to bunker.
Which is weird though, because I did save at one point. Like, you'd think it would at least, like, register the fact that I did save. Because that is the checkpoint.
Immersion.
他の
Fuck your immersion.
汚染も広げないようにしないと
I want checkpoints that make sense, damn it.
アンドロイドの反応が少ない地点を
検索報告商業施設の廃屋付近が該当警告
Anyhow, we zoom in.
除去しなければ夜破機体 2B に深刻なダメージ
分かって
I think it's made even worse by the fact that, because of the virus, we now have, these mandatory walking bits.
Yeah.
ウイルス汚染度 21% に上昇
Oh, come on.
除去と再起動
It spawned a bigger fella over here.
ウイルスは事故のアルゴリズムを
It's spawning
Yay.
multiple bigger fellas.
進化しており除去が困難
It also just occurred to me that not only do I have to avoid getting hit now, right? I died, which means I have to go get my chips back. If I'm not mistaken.
Well, don't you lose them anyways? Because
Oh, no, actually I still have my chips, never mind. I guess they're nice during this. I still have all my my chips here.
yeah.
Or well, one of my chipsets. Which is this one? I remember having so many movement speed up ones. Oh, does that mean that I lost my chips already? Oh wait, no, actually it can't, because if I did lose my chips, it would have gone through that whole, like, leave a message thing. Like, I would have been made to, like, you know, it would have been like, hey, you know, write a message for the next person to find your body.
Oh, I didn't know.
Oh my fucking
What?
god! It's not letting me move. They are literally stun locking me. There we go. Let me jump. Nope. Okay. Yeah, sure. Well, at least all these health items I have are getting put to good use.
Yeah.
See, normally I don't get caught like this, though, so it's usually not as infuriating. On top of that, it's not letting me... I can't jump! There we go. Thankfully, there's no other endings tied to this exact moment right this second, so...
Yeah.
Huzzah! Clutch is now a Gyarados, apparently.
57%
Good for Clutch. You stand Clutch in this household. Clutch is a Magikarp for your information, Greg.
I love Magikarps. I want a Magikarp beanie. But like the one that's like where it's like an actual Magikarp and the mouth goes over your head.
Oh yeah, no, I know the one you're talking about. It's a good one. Pursue artificial checkpoints for this kind of shit. We've arrived. I'm getting my ass kicked now. I love how A2 just kind of shows up like, fuck you up, bitch.
Yeah. A2's so badass.
Yeah, imagine the nightmarish realm where A2 is one of the ones that gets taken over. Like early in. They're all just doomed at that point. He's putting a lot of faith in someone who is literally labeled as a traitor.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
Which, I mean, that's fair. It's odd. Let's see, okay. So, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna head over to that save spot over there. I don't know how much impact it's gonna have. Because unfortunately, this is one of the endings. And I'm just praying that it sends us back to the beginning of us having taken control of 9S, and not the beginning of us trying to get back here as 2B. So
Fingers crossed, man.
all I have to do is run far enough in the opposite direction. And I suddenly lost interest in 2B. Nobody knows why. He just didn't care anymore. Questionable actions. Ending Q. I'm going to be filled with so much rage if it just sends us back to the beginning of 2B. Like, there's no reason it should, though, you know? Oh, no, okay, and this last known save is near the tower, so... we don't get slingshot all the way back.
I'd have been so upset on your behalf.
It would have been very annoying. As it is, this is the part with, like, the most, endings, so... we have a lot of these to go through. So expect that I might have to reset a lot. I love how casually she says that, just, oh, I'm... pump. So do you think their hair grows, or do you think it's, like, purely synthetic and, you know, just attached to the model?
I'm assuming it grows.
But, like, what's the science on that, you know?
I don't actually, you know, I don't know.
Look at these giant towers.
I don't know why. That just reminded me of, like, look at that boulder.
Look at all these chickens. Hey, look! The third time they decided to bring us to the title.
Tomato.
Exactly. We're at the actual game now. that first 26 hours we have on record, yeah, that was just the warm-up. That was the tutorial. So what, they deactivated them? What?
It because they got caught up in that stuff.
Like how whenever they talk, they have to, like, bring up a little, like, antenna thing.
Yeah.
Blank coordinates. Alright, so, given the name of today's stream, we're doing A2 first.
Okay. I think I did A2 first when I played.
Same. If only because you need a break after fucking 9S's route.
Yeah.
I also like A2's special ability. The fucking,
The
Berserker Rage.
Yeah, I don't know. I never really used any of like the ability like those things that you're supposed to use.
I mean, like, understandable why you wouldn't use the explosion that takes you out, but, like, Berserker Rage is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
なんだお前
私は夜破機隊 A2 の
そんなこと
皇帝 A2 からのこの行動は全随行対象
必要ない
夜破機隊 A2 に
勝手にしろ一体何なんだあのでかいのは
不明
役に立たない箱だな
要請
I also like how when she phases like that,
なんでいちいちそんなことを
she,
支援する上で
like, she just disappears.
教える理由はない
Also, now that I think about it, didn't that bridge get knocked out like in that cutscene?
They might have repaired it. Someone
True.
must have. Really lends credence to the fact that we are living in a virtual world.
要請夜破機隊 A2 行動目的を開示
教えないって言っただろ
随行支援ユニットは対象支援機体の行動目的が開示されない場合要請プロセスが30秒に一度自動的に実行される
Every 30 seconds until the data is made available.
速やかな行動目的の開示不必要に会話を繰り返すのはエネルギーの無駄と判断
お前が勝手にやってるんだろ
A2's best girl, prove me wrong.
I mean, I can't argue that.
At least in Nier Automata terms. A2 is best girl. But yeah, just expect so many just auto fail endings here.
要請夜破機隊 A2 の行動目的の開示
目的は機械生命体をぶっ壊すことだ分かったか
了解付近の機械生命体のスキャンおよびマーク完了砂漠地帯大型の適正機械生命体を感知推奨大型機械生命体の破壊
私に命令するな
否定これは命令ではない夜破機隊 A2 の行動目的に対する支援情報である推奨情報に不満がある場合行動目的の更新
うるさいだまれ
否定本支援ユニットは夜破機隊 2B の最終命令によって行動中夜破機隊 A2 に命令権限は存在しない
勝手にしろ邪魔するな
I appreciate the more that they talk, the more it just honestly comes across like the pod is just trolling her completely.
Yeah. That whole dynamic is just a gem.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my god, look. More side quests.
Yay.
More box puzzles.
移送用の荷物と思われる
My favorite.
オブジェクトをマーク
Yo, though, In your replicant, there's a lot of puzzles.
Is there?
Yeah. Well, at least in like there's a whole area that you go through that's just puzzles alone.
Let's see. We push the box. Consider this box pushed. Such thrilling gameplay! This reminds me, I've been meaning to make like a trailer for our channel.
Yeah.
And like I have some choice quotes, like in the vein of like trying to sell us to people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's one actually that's been written down somewhere already. Something about like, it's like watching a lamb attempting to sleep next to an active volcano. Critics are raving. It's like trying to watch a baby lamb sleep next to an active volcano.
これで荷物は全部集め終わったな。
Very interesting description choice.
Well, you can thank Melon for that one. I can't take credit for it.
Well, then I'll let her know.
I love how most of my chips are at full capacity, so I just get a chip and it falls.
Yeah. It's very interesting when you get to that point, because it also makes you realize that you just kind of sit there and hoard everything.
It is. Those guys wearing the robot heads worry me.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. I don't know why, I think it's just in the vein of like, what drugs are they on?
Good question. Well, I guess they, like, because there's that E drug that Jackass made.
Exactly. Oh, I can't
So
warp.
you can't eat. Oh no.
Wait.
Oh yeah, you can't. Can you not warp until after the desert thing?
I don't remember. Regardless, I am annoyed. Right now, though, I'm trying to remember how to get to the underwater city. It should be right here, right? Yeah, it's right here.
What you doing there?
The final letter quest. Because those, because you know, like the one that, that 2B went into, and then there's the one that, 9S can go to, where, like, basically a Pokemon battle.
Oh, the
Like the arenas.
yeah.
It's like that.
Oh,
Also, I finished Goblin Slayer.
I don't want to start it.
I don't blame you. I mean, like, after that one episode, it gets better, but like, you know, God, what a way to start.
Yeah. Like why?
Shock value.
I guess. There's other ways to do it, I guess, but I guess.
See, like, I get what a lot of... here's where I'm conflicted with it, right? I get what some of the people in the comments were saying about, like, oh, I appreciate that they didn't pull punches or anything. I get that. And I get what they're trying to get at with the, like, we're so desensitized to murder and torture, but the second you introduce this one form of violence, like, it's all downhill, you know? I get what they're getting at. At the same time, though, I don't think they're missing... I think they're missing the bigger issue here. And second of all, there are, like, there are ways to do shock value and have it not be toned down in the slightest, and still not include that.
Right. And it's just...
In part because
There's
the difference between murder, torture, and that is that, like, as drastic as it probably sounds, more people can probably relate to the one that we're all arguing shouldn't be in there than the one that, what is it, everyone is apparently desensitized to.
Right.
Still, though, not really a bad anime.
Right. Like, I want to watch it, but I don't. Because of that. And not in, like, a manner of, like, oh, I don't want to support it because of that, and just, like... Doesn't, like, come up with, like, no warning, either.
Most that they do have a viewer discretion is advised in every episode. Like, this content might disturb people.
Right.
That's the most you get. I mean, technically speaking, I guess that's the most you really need legally, but, like, at the same time, like, usually when you have that kind of thing, it is just warning you about, like, gruesome scenes of violence.
Yeah.
Like I said, I didn't look up anything about this, and that's part of why I got blindsided so hard.
I can't remember what I was scrolling, I think I might have been on TikTok or something like that, and it just showed that scene, and I was like, oh, that's fun, no warning, no nothing.
Yeah.
それではい最低ランクですが決定は
Have I started watching anything recently?
That being
No, I've
said-
just been watching Resident Evil.
That being said, though, there is this one character who,
そこまで
that
とします
eventually, like, your main characters end up in a larger party, and all the party members that they end up gaining are from, like, different races, other than human. And so they all have their
Right.
own cultures, and one of them's a lizard man, and he gets to try cheese, and according to him, it is the nectar of the gods.
Oh my god.
It's like that little bit of wholesome.
Yeah. Who do you plan on watching next?
just because I've seen people recommend it, I've been, trying out, I believe it's Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro. It's odd. Way more sexually charged than I was expecting. But, outside of that, I'm gonna be doing, The Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, I believe it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will admit, though, that before I started watching Nagatoro, I had to actually go look something up because, long story short, I had a very deep concern that, that the male lead was, like, an adult, and the female lead was a kid, and it turns out, no, apparently they're just, like, a year off each other. So...
I see.
Yeah. I don't know. I've been blindsided by weirder shit before, you know? Like, fucking...
I mean, you're not wrong.
Like, have you heard of an anime called Citrus, by chance?
Yes, I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
Okay, do you know what the premise of it is?
I feel like it's probably just something that's inappropriate.
Okay, basically, it's this girl there's these two girls in high school, and they meet each other on the one girl's first day, and they don't like each other. They find out that apparently one of their mothers and the other's father are getting together, but at the same time, they begin to develop feelings for each other, and that's literally as far as I got. Like, I got through the first 2 minutes, and then the intro started, and I really came to realize what that fucking show was about, and I'm like, nope, run away. Keep it at a distance. Be gone.
It's...
Yeah, so that should just tell you everything. Honestly, because like I said, I kind of only started Nagatoro recently. I'm only really uncomfortable with it in the vein of I am technically an adult watching teenagers, like, flirt with each other in a sexual manner. That being said, it's very reminiscent of what high school was like, which I think makes me even more uncomfortable, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I can... Also, I'm gonna be right back. I have to run this ice cream back into the freezer before it melts.
What type of ice cream?
It's chocolate chip cookie dough.
Lucky bitch. Is that what you're having because Brandon won't feed you?
Yeah.
Gray, you need to learn to make dinner. Have some actual
I know
food.
how to make dinner. I'm just out of curry and rice, so I don't want to make anything else.
Ah, I see. So you've just chosen the irresponsible route. I get it.
Yes.
My God.
But anyways, I'll be right back.
Yeah. I love how this is just an arena of racists, apparently. Machine racists.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Am I still paying for Hulu? That's your question.
It would probably be good to know if what you're paying for, yes.
Well, it's not on my card.
Thank you! I received a sandwich.
Nice.
Here.
Oops. Why do I need to put that I'm not... I put the right password.
I got screwed like last second. But yes, I now have Sanovich. It was just kind of chucked in my general direction, but that is fair. It's kind of what they do during the live streams.
Yeah.
Here, have food.
Ooh. Have you, No, you probably haven't seen that yet.
Hmm.
The Promised Neverland. I remember us talking about it, but you weren't watching it yet.
Oh yeah, no, I still haven't seen it. I try to, like, even with some of the violent stuff that I watch, I try to steer clear of anything that involves children murder.
You know, understandable. I do not blame you.
Especially since, like, so I'll watch anime, like, I've watched one thing as per, Fox's advice. You ever hear of an anime called Made in Abyss?
Yes, and I want to watch it, but I know it's gruesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen the whole thing.
Yeah?
Yeah, it is, very much gruesome, yes. And, also, I'm starting to notice a trend, at least with Fox in particular. Why is it that everything he watches and or enjoys seems to have to do with child/lolly murder? Like, fucking, his big three that I've heard him talk about are Made in Abyss, Higurashi, and then Promised Neverland.
I see.
Yeah, I'm noticing a trend, that's all I'm saying.
I don't think I ever want to watch an anime that starts with the words toilet bound.
I'm just gonna go that way now, don't mind me.
Well, I opened up Hulu and went to look at their like animation, like the anime section, and that yeah. Oh, there's Tokyo Ghoul. I need to watch that.
I've been told to steer away from Tokyo Ghoul. Apparently,
I
uncomfortable or something.
I've just heard it like it's bad in comparison to the anime, not anime manga.
See, both Mel and Lucy have watched it. In fact, if I remember correctly, before Lucy and I like started hanging out, that was like the only anime she'd seen.
Oh,
And yeah, both of them have told me that based on the kinds of things that set me off, do not watch Tokyo Ghoul. At least for me, I'm sure you'll be fine. You know?
yeah. I have to finish a Kame ga Kill, but I also am lazy, and it's kind of slow.
I have to start that one. I think there was an anime that I was also gonna watch, and if I remember correctly, and I found this out after I put it on my watch list, but now I'm just too curious. It's some fucking... It's called Keijo. It's like a bunch of girls in swimsuits knock each other off platforms into the water with their rears, and I don't
Oh my
understand
god.
it. I don't understand why this is a thing, but I need to know. You know? I have questions. I desire answers.
You know, and it might give you answers if you watch it.
That being said, there's also like a basketball anime on my thing, and like I just finished rewatching Harukan I Receive, which is beach volleyball, and then Haikyuu, which is men's gymnasium volleyball.
ポッド射撃による強制停止
Yeah.
Haikyuu was pretty good, actually.
We all know the best one is Oran High School Host Club.
Oh, Host Club is pretty good.
Yeah. I don't remember the ending though.
I do, and I remember that a lot of people were upset with it.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Just because it kind of broke the general tone of the show.
Yeah. Oh no, a silent voice. My feelings. It's an anime movie. Have you heard of it?
I might have. I keep saying, like, I'll be honest, as pretty as a lot of them look, a lot of them visually just end up bleeding together for me, so...
Yeah.
It might be made by the same company, is why, but...
Maybe. No, I don't want you to... Thank you. Do I search... genres?
There's also one that you should watch if you ever get the chance. I am a big fan of Love Live.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, it's cute. Apparently they put out a third series of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I refuse to watch K-On!
What K-On! Did you?
It's not the anime that did anything. It's their fans.
I would say watch K-On!, but like, I would argue that there are better anime in the genre.
Yeah.
Like, it's cute for what it is.
Oh, look, it's your favorite.
Do they have Love Live on Hulu?
No, I'm on Netflix.
Oh. Which one is it?
It's a joke.
Oh. Oh! How dare you!
Your Lie in April was a good one. That one made me cry. A lot, actually.
God, now I'm pissed off. Way to go, Gray.
I'm sorry.
Are you? Are you really? I don't think you are.
Making you mad wasn't the intention.
Look, that anime
okay, in a
infuriates
joking
me.
manner, yes. Yes, it does.
Look, if you ever watch it, you'll understand.
You know what? I probably will never watch it. Oh, how was Megalobox, by the way? Sorry, I wasn't able to join.
It's
Don't
okay.
spoil anything. Just let me know.
I will remember this treason. God. It was good. The only thing I'll warn you about, really, is that within the first like 3 episodes or so of Nomad, we are dealing with our main character having developed a addiction to sketchy ass painkillers. So
Oh,
yeah, just a lot of puking, a lot of uncomfortableness.
right. I'll remember that.
Otherwise, there's really not much else uncomfortable in that show, barring 1 or 2 moments. But like, even then, they don't really compare to drug addiction and relapse.
Right.
It was good though. It was just very, very sad. right away.
Have you seen No Game No Life?
Okay, actually, no, sorry. Not all of Fox's recommendations have to do with child murder, because that was one of them.
and
Unless
then watch
I'm
it be child murder.
unless I'm horridly mistaken.
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Have you ever watched Konosuba though?
What's it called?
Konosuba? God's blessing on this wonderful world or something? It's a comedy like isekai sort of thing.
No, but I recognize the girl in the hat.
Oh, Megumin?
Sure.
Actually, so before the pandemic hit, I think it was like as a birthday present or something, Lucy had gotten us tickets to go see the first Konosuba movie.
Nice.
Yeah, so what's it? She got tickets for both of us, but since she lives in a different part of the state, she watched it at her local theater, and then I watched it at mine, and then we got to have a big old conversation about it when we got back.
Yeah. That's cute.
How dare you? How dare you use that word? Describe
I will
anything.
use whichever word I will use.
How dare you? Don't you know who you're talking to?
大したことないな。
Yes.
I am violence incarnate.
You are a pastry.
Uh-uh.
砂漠地帯用に進化した機械生命体と推測。
Yeah, it took a while to get out here.
敵機械生命体の破壊。
言われなくても
To be fair, I was doing a bunch of other shit.
True. I was looking at anime lists and stuff so some time has passed in my head. So
What the fuck?
核融合ユニットの出力を増大。
I couldn't get out of that. It just...
that was a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. I'm gonna eat the rest of the sandwich. It'll give me strength. I'll throw the AFK up. Just for the purpose of... We're technically not playing the game. But we'll still be here. We'll still be able to hear our luxurious voices. But yeah, still, what the fuck?
It said, "Fuck you."
Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, it was a good time. And then the pandemic hit.
Fucking pandemic.
just so many pans. You got the pansexuals
Me.
first. It was horrible.
Wait. Well, more pan romantic. Does that count?
Well, I mean, that would be the follow-up. Presumably.
I've been on a Resident Evil kick.
Oh, yeah? Now, you're talking about the video
on
games
the-
or the movies?
The video games.
Because as okay as the movies are, we do not support them right now.
Oh.
The man behind those movies is the man behind the atrocity that is the Monster Hunter movie. I have not forgiven him.
Oh no. No. I haven't even seen it, and that's just. I mean, I think the Resident Evil movies were like the shit back in the day, because like I was like all about all like kind of like horror shit.
Yeah.
I don't really remember much, but yeah, I've been watching this YouTuber play through the Resident Evil games, and I'm on the 4th one right now.
Also known as the one that we only got one episode out of.
Yeah.
Because it ran at fucking 3 frames a second.
And then you reloaded at the wrong time. You got chainsawed.
It was fantastic. I have the proper version of the game now.
Nice.
Yeah. That reminds me, as we get into August, we gotta start figuring out our Halloween plans.
Oh shit, yeah.
We probably won't go as all out as we used to, but still.
You know, we say that every time.
Okay, but
said that
okay, but last year was better than it was the year before. To be fair.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, because we weren't streaming every single day.
Well, except for me, because Bloodborne.
Oh, it wasn't every day.
No?
No, we spread that out because.
Oh yeah, remember when I ate shit on the Bloodborne stream?
Oh, where you like tripped over the bottle?
Yeah, I tripped and like there was just a fucking explosion on the mic apparently.
Wasn't Mel there too?
I don't know, I think so. I think most everyone showed up for like the very end of it.
Yeah, I still feel bad because like I went into like super recluse mode for like a week and a half.
It's okay. I'll come to forgive you eventually.
I just love being up in your feels.
This is why I choose not to have feels.
I usually don't even feel anything because of my medication, but there's some days where I get my lows. Whenever I don't get the highs anymore. I don't go manic as much. Like I haven't gone manic in like since 2019.
Your Lowe's as opposed to your Home Depot.
I did what to my Home Depot?
I said your Lowe's as opposed to your Home Depot.
Oh.
That was bad. Don't encourage that. I do my best. I do my best with my comedy. If you can even call it that. Alright, back to the game. Did I leave a corpse? I feel like I left a corpse. Why is it so warm?
Like, temperature-wise?
Yeah.
Because you live where you live?
Shit, you're right. Also, at some point, I feel like I have to go apologize to Brandon, because, like, I haven't been trying to avoid him or anything, I just never have any time to do shit.
Right.
But, like, I keep getting, like, he'll ping me and Mel every so often, like, we should play more, fucking, whatchamacallit, Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
Which we should, I just, like I said, I haven't had time.
I'm sure he doesn't think you're ignoring him, but I know that some days he's like, I ain't got any friends, and I'm like, you have friends, shut up.
I also apparently missed a thing for Smash Brothers.
Oh, no. That didn't happen.
I was fully prepared to go kick Jesse's ass. You would never have seen it coming.
I beat him once out of like the 15 times we played. Yeah. That's just because I'm bad. And his Mii fighter didn't have the same moveset as the one I was used to.
You know, he could have let you make a new Mii fighter.
I didn't want to use the tiny controller to do that.
Do you use a larger controller normally, or how does that work?
Well, no, because instead of, having both Joy-Cons on the sides, I just have the one in my hand.
Yeah.
Do you usually play with just the one in your hand?
No, I usually have like this thing that does a double controller.
Okay, what?
I said I usually have like a double controller thing.
Oh, where you,
Ah, motherfucker. Berserker mode actually got me killed that time.
Damn.
If only I had warp, because I'm pretty sure I can upgrade my weapons at this point.
Maybe.
But that would, like, require going to the castle. So without warp, it's just kind of a pain.
I can hear my cat screaming.
Hey, Leona.
Tyrion, I think.
We do not acknowledge Tyrion in this household. That people
Exactly.
think that he's gotten attention.
Oh my god. Now Leona's screaming.
And then you hear just, like, distant melon screeching as well. All three of your cats are screaming.
Brandon, are you playing?
Huh?
Are you playing Dota? You want to take care of the cat?
Oh, I didn't know.
She wants water. She wants water. Just trust me.
Hope you'll get it and enjoy it.
She is thirsty. Give her the drink. Give it beverage. Beverage, if you will.
砂漠地帯用に進化した機械生命体の生存推奨敵機械生命体の破壊
I'm so glad that this game had like an easy mode because I really wanted to experience the story.
Yeah, that must be nice.
You could have.
I could have. I chose not to.
核融合ユニットの出力を
So you can't.
攻撃力は増大するが防御力は低下しメンテナンスコストも増大するその証として最新型のモデルからは機能削除されている
旧型で悪かった。
So how long can you stay in that mode?
As long as I keep spamming health, because I don't know if you noticed, I keep pulling up the heal menu.
Oh, does it slowly take down your health?
Yep. But, I can undo that by healing.
本随行支援ユニットに対する感謝の提示
着せがましい。
Okay, so I'm now out of Berserker mode, but I managed to not die, basically.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that last thing you said.
I said, so I'm now out of Berserker mode, but I've managed to at least not die.
Hey, nice.
Yeah. There we go.
危険を感じ ENP 攻
Nice.
撃推奨離脱
I'm very happy with that, though, because I haven't practiced that type of menuing at all.
ENP 攻撃の衝撃によって A2 のメモリ空間にハッキング被害が生じた模様
じゃあこれは私の記憶領域か。てかなんでお前がここにいるんだ。
追行支援ユニットは支援対象機に不具合があった場合内部モニタリングの義務があるため
勝手に人の頭に入ってくるな。 なんだこれは。
敵機体からのハッキングにより敵のメモリ空間との強制融合がなされた
I don't know how I missed that one for so long.
And shit, it happens.
本データは 2B の記憶データの欄で生存時に夜反対指令回を受けていた。
Near Automata, I'm playing it on stream right now. This is just a mini game. Shit.
やめろ。
当該データは夜反対 A2 自身の記憶といって
うるさい。さっさと接続を切れ。
I like these hacking games, but at the same time, it always feels like they take way too long.
Yeah.
私たちは同じだ。誰にも頼れず、ただ泣き叫んで。うるさい。
Or A2. 2 is living a nice, happy life of a fugitive, and then this shit happens.
Yeah.
Bond 1号さんへ。
了解。
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. That's definitely a conversation mode right there. Oh, compressed conversation.
A2 の記憶空間内にある 2B データが。
了解した。支援活動の参
You know what, we'll do a round of 9S. We'll balance it out. Oh, hey, pretty ladies.
I love them.
They're pretty cool. Didn't you say they were in Replicant?
In Replicant, yeah.
Were they androids then too, or?
Yes.
あなた見つけてきた私に感謝しろよ。
2B は
You know the story behind them, right?
No, I do not.
Do you want to know?
Yeah, sure.
So they were made to try and so when the Black Scroll was a thing, there's like these communities of humanity, and that model was sent to those communities to like try to keep them alive and keep them thriving, and stuff like that. And the Black Scroll kept overtaking these communities, and like killing people off, and they're actually because of that they have deemed to have failed their purpose, so they're actually hated. Is it? I don't know if it's by all the Yorha, or if it's like, or like kind of like the older stuff, but that's why they kind of act like they kind of stay away from the others and stuff.
Yeah.
and they try to like not to cause any trouble or anything like that.
Let's see. Also,
Yeah.
we have mail. Time to run investigation. Ooh. Structure is
That
ridiculous.
structure. Yeah, I was about to say that structure is intense.
巨大構造物機械生命体の手によるものと考えられるが詳細は不明。巨大構造物中央部から地上へ伸びている部分に移動構造物を確認。
エレベーターか。
推奨ポッド射撃による強制停止。
Hail. Hail, buddy. Fran. Never mind, he's back. He's blipping in and out on my map.
Maybe it's because you're close to like
Enemies.
one area that he's usually in and another area that he's also usually in. Because he's in two different places.
Yeah. Well, whatever the case is, I got him to stop. Oh hey, weapons.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would ever use the dress module, given that pantsless 9S is probably the best thing in this game, but you know, there we go. That's horrifying. I'm just gonna scan your brain for the receipt.
I love him so much.
He frightens me, but I think that's mainly because of the face thing.
He is best boy.
I'll take your word for it.
He's in Near Replicant
I know.
before he looks like that.
Yeah, before he's just a head.
Well, he's not just a head, he has a body too, but it's a skeleton.
No, I know, I'm saying, like, before his current state, in which he's just a head.
Oh, yeah. In which he is just simply a head.
You can say he's ahead of the curve. Okay,
Shut
I
up.
don't even think that would work, honestly. Right, so I'm gonna quick save here. Oh, now I can fast travel. Okay, we're gonna go to the castle real quick. Just to see if I can upgrade anything.
Yeah.
And then we go back to the tower area.
Man, I'm tired. But I don't want to sleep, because then if I sleep, tomorrow comes faster, and that means I have to be on the phones.
Poor Greg.
I don't want to talk to real people.
Well, I don't know how to tell you this. You're currently talking to a real person. In theory, anyways. Oh, I guess I've already got max upgrade on Virtuous Contract. Not so much on Virtuous Treaty, though. I guess I need more cables. Oh, I just got Cruel Lament.
Nice! I was wondering if you had gotten that yet.
Okay, now I have to move the box more. Else I won't be able to return. We must climb. And now we transport back.
Wow, time is going by really slow.
Either because you're still high or because we're playing a JRPG. One of the two.
Yes. Probably both.
Anyway, a quick save once again. Time to investigate. Powers.
当メインユニットへのアクセスにはサブユニットのロック解除が必要です。お手数ですが、よろしくお願いいたします。
I like how sarcastic it is. Just, have a great day.
機械生命体がこのようなアナウンスを行う理由。
奴らのやることに理由なんかないさ。
こんにちは。当システムサービスです。当サブユニットへのアクセスにはアクセス認証キーが必要です。申し訳ありませんが、アクセスを許可することはできません。
Can you hear Brandon? Or is it the thing talking to you?
I was laughing at the thing talking, but I hear the coughing.
資源回収ユニットへのツアーにご招待いたします。またのご来訪、心よりお待ち申し上げております。
Resource recovery units, what?
敵システムからの強制通信、資源回収ユニットと称する物体の場所を通知。
Oh, right, the towers. Thank you for saving me from the fucking bugs. Love you. Stay safe.
Potto、僕が寝てた間の状況報告。
報告。先ほどアクセスした巨大構造物に
Apparently my mother just killed a silverfish.
由来すると考えられる。
Ugh, I hate those things.
また、
Yeah.
構造物から射出された大型ユニットが数箇所にあることが判明している。
大型ユニット
I haven't seen any pop up yet,
戦
but
士としてマークされた物体、自称
the moment it does, I'll figure out.
ユニットの目的は
不明、
A2 は
Understandable.
生死ともに不明。
分かった。
Uh,
大型ユニットの位置をマーク。
目的の提示。
機械生命体の殲滅。
how would, nah, never mind.
So what are you gonna ask?
留保されている
I was just gonna wonder. I was gonna wonder if maybe we could cut it early, but it's also just 20 minutes from now. But I also 20 minutes can feel like an hour for me.
決めたんだ
I mean, that's fine. I was gonna cut it after we dealt with the first tower.
Yeah.
2を
Yeah. Up to you, though. I am at least gonna go ahead and warp to near the tower, though.
Okay.
But yeah, do you want to cut it now?
If that's okay. If not, I totally get it. You run the show.
I mean, I run the show, but I can be polite occasionally. I have an ounce of kindness. So I am told. Alright.
Yeah.
We'll see you all next time when I end up going through even more pain. How is this game harder than Souls?
Is it?
Sometimes. But not like in a fair, fun kind of way. Sometimes it's in the vein of, yeah, I'm just gonna get bullshit to death because that laser just connects to me infinitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't gonna forget that. Anyways, see y'all around. Goodbye!
Boy.
Oh my god, Grayson of his own volition!